name is Benjamin Darcie. I am a cook. I am a brewer. I love food and I love beer. And I love staying with comfortable people in comfortable places. I've been cooking for 8 years under 8 different chefs, under 6 different sous chefs, and cooking is a rather intense passion of mine. My business partner, Alexander Atkin, has been in the beer industry for 7 years. He has been brewing actively for 7 years as well, including private consultation with many West Michigan breweries. So, let's get to it. The Publican House is a 6-bedroom bed and breakfast resort complete with its own 1-barrel microbrewery within it. This is a very unique idea that is the first of its kind in the entire world. No one has done this before, and we want to take this idea and bring it right here to the United States, and not only the United States, here in Michigan. So, we're going to move on. We're going to cover, slide. So we're going to move on and we're going to hit a little bit of numbers. I'm going to focus specifically on 2009 and 2010. Out of all of the beer sales in the entire state of Michigan, we have hit the 2.5% mark as Michigan-made craft beer, and it is steadily rising to 3% by the end of this fiscal year. Mass markets have been declining beer sales in Michigan, but Michigan-made beer sales have increased, which means that people are drinking less, but people are drinking local. Sales have risen by over 163,000 brewer barrels from 2010 to 2011. Michigan is producing more and more beer, and people are buying more and more beer. The Michigan breweries are planned at least $80 million in expansion over the next year. This means more jobs, and this means more beer. Let's talk about location. We're looking outside of West Grand Rapids. So we're talking about easy accessibility to towns. Grand Haven, South Haven, Grand Rapids, Traverse City. It's also a great home base for people to go on day trips. Chicago, Indiana, Ohio. You can get to pretty much anywhere from west to Grand Rapids within, 3 or 4 hours. And then we also have great access to local breweries and involvement there. Projected revenue, we're talking about $1.6 million a year, $132,000 a month. And this is based off of a 4-day occupancy, not 7, a 4-day, and we're talking about moderate price ranges. So we are looking at paying off our initial capital in under 2.5 years. Future expansion, we're talking about expanding our brewery after we clear our capital. We're talking about that, and then we're also talking about developing an off-site pub for people to come and experience our beer there as well. We're also talking about expanding our dining room, including extra tables for people to come and experience these very private, intimate meals that we create for our customers as well. Impact, jobs. We're looking at employing 20 to 30 people through our operation. West Michigan, we're talking about going all local farms. We're going to grow our own garden. We're going to grow our own spices. If we can get our hands on it locally, we're going to use it. Going green, we're aiming to start with 40% alternate energy use with our operation here. We're looking at impact on beer culture, collaboration beers with local breweries, involvements with breweries that have been prominent in the West Michigan beer scene. We're talking about internships, using culinary students, using people who are trying to get jobs in the brewing industry, involving them, getting to learn bigger scale brewing. We're also talking about a customer involvement program. Come stay with us, do things in your room, do things around. You can get price off your stay for actually helping us around. Brew your own program. Home brewers can come in and brew batches of beer with us and actually get experience on larger scale brewing. And then I also wanted to reinstate the idea that this is literally the first of its kind in the world, and there is no better place for it here than in Michigan. Specifically, what are we going to do with grant money if we are granted money by the panel tonight? One, we are going to be involved in this very, very crucial first step. We have investment meetings planned for January and February of 2012, and if we come to them with unperfected brews, if we sit down with them and they say, this is our product, this is what we want to sell, and they're not perfect, we're not going to get investment there. We're not going to get the money we need to get this off the ground. So step one, most importantly, is that we develop our beers, we get more equipment, and we hone them down to absolute A+, so that by the time that we sit down in January and February, we can give them something that is sellable and that is perfect. Okay, we're also going to be scouting future locations. We're going to be looking around West Grand Rapids, along the lakeshore, and we're going to find a location and talk to agencies and find properties that are perfect for the Publican House. And then also we're going to be doing a preliminary work with the Leonard and Logan Bed and Breakfast right here in downtown Grand Rapids, experimenting with beers, pairings, spending time with them, seeing how bed and breakfasts actually operate, and make sure that we have everything in line for the Publican House investment meetings in early 2012. Thank you very much.
rush there at the end. That's all right.
Thank you very
Cool.
much.
Thank you, sir.
That was Benjamin Darcie.